am going to be going through everything invoicing. So by the end of this video, you will completely understand what an invoice is, what it is used for, when you use an invoice in your business. And the last thing, I'm also going to give you in this video the process for providing an invoice, either for product-based businesses and for service-based business. What is an invoice? My definition of an invoice is a document that you provide your client or customer, letting them know how much money they owe you. That's my basic definition. I made that so that you guys can understand it. Good. Now, next thing. When do you provide an invoice in your business? You provide an invoice to your customers either before they receive a service or when you give them the product. So let me break that down a bit further for you. If you're a service-based business, normally we receive payment before we provide the service. And the reason for that is so that at the end of providing that client with a service, you don't have to be running behind them saying, I gave you this service, where's my money? You are a product-based business. You will provide an invoice to your client when you provide your client with the product. So the same time you give that client that product, you give that client that invoice. It goes hand in hand. Payment for you can be at the same time that you provide them with the product and the invoice, you receive your money right there and then. So you have a relationship with this client already, and you tell them on your invoice, payment is due within 30 days, payment is due within 15 days. What goes on an invoice? I'll definitely put on the screen right now an invoice so that you can see in real time every single thing that I am listing. Your company logo, your company name and address, and your company email address, along with your company's telephone number, and who you are billing. The date, the invoice number, terms. So if you have payment on receipt or payment by 30 days, 15 days, or 10 days, the name of the service or product that you're providing them, a description of the product or service, the quantity, the rate, and the amount. At the bottom of the invoice, you could put a message. It's up to you. Thank you for your business, or thank you for your prompt payment. There are other ones online that you could go look up. You can go Google it and see what messages that you can put at the end of your invoice and the one that best suits your business. Finally, we're going to go through the process of providing an invoice to a customer. A customer comes to you, they make a request for your product or service. When you know what they want, you will go and create an estimate. It's similar to an invoice, but I'll go through it in another video. This document will let them know, well, this is how much your service or products will cost. When they say, yes, I want to go ahead with this, that is at the point where you will create an invoice and give it to them. When you provide your client with an invoice, either by email, by mail, or by hand delivery, make sure that you set up for them to either sign the invoice and scan it back to you if you send it by mail. If you send a delivery person, so basically you send it by hand to give them the product, you will get them to sign the invoice. And if you sent it by email, you're either using a software like QuickBooks Online, or you just created this invoice off of Word and you're going to send it to them. Make sure that at the end of that email with that invoice attached, that you say, kindly acknowledge receipt of this email. That way, they cannot say that they did not receive it. And that's the full process in basic terms for providing a client with an invoice. I wanted to make this video as simple as possible, so that's why I didn't mention about purchase orders or anything like that, so that I don't confuse you, because you're now trying to figure out what an invoice is, and I wanted to give you a basic breakdown of what an invoice is, so by the end of this video you completely understand. Now that you know about invoicing, in next week's video I'll be showing you how to create an invoice in QuickBooks Online. Thank you guys for watching, and bye.